Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is The Love Doctor 254. On today's lesson, I want us to talk about causes of postpartum depression. From my previous videos, I have taken you through the symptoms of postpartum depression, and I defined exactly what is postpartum depression. So for today's lesson, allow me to take you through causes of postpartum depression. So what you need to understand is that not even doctors know exactly what causes postpartum depression, but what you need to know is that it can affect anyone. Okay, genetic factors may also play a role, and environmental factors may also contribute. Okay, so the following may increase the risk of developing postpartum depression, and I hope you understand what is postpartum depression. If you can't, please and kindly check them on my playlist here on postpartum depression, and then don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, it's time to take notes. The following may increase the risk of developing postpartum depression. Point number 1: past trauma. Past trauma, what does it mean? These are past terrific experiences that you could have been exposed to, and if you start remembering about them, there could be nightmares, there could be flashbacks that once you bring back those memories, you could be stressed, you could find yourself in deep thoughts. Okay, so possibly that will increase the fact or the chances of developing postpartum depression. Okay, the other one is hormonal fluctuations. What do we mean by hormonal fluctuations? Hormonal fluctuations or hormonal imbalance. What you need to understand is that hormones are your body. Hormones are your body chemicals messengers. Okay, produced in the endocrine glands. These powerful chemicals travel around your bloodstream, telling tissues and organs what to do. They help control many of your body's major processes, okay, including metabolism and reproduction. And reproduction is now our main interest. When you have a hormonal imbalance, you have too much or too little of a certain hormone. And these hormones, for this matter, we will talk about estrogen and oxytocin. Okay, even tiny changes can have serious effects throughout your whole body. I want you to think of hormones like when you are baking a cake. When you're baking a cake, what you need to understand, too much or too little of the ingredients of any of the ingredients affect the final product. While some hormone levels fluctuate throughout your lifetime and may just be the result of natural aging, other changes occur when your endocrine glands get the recipe wrong. Okay, so when oxytocin and estrogen levels are affected, they tend to create imbalances, and these imbalances, they will affect, or that they will have serious effects throughout your whole body, and this could now turn to postpartum depression. Okay, the other point that I want us to talk about is a previous diagnosis or family history of depression or bipolar disorder. It could be within your family, or in your family, your mother, your dad, there's somebody who had the experience, or rather who had been into postpartum depression. And this now will be inherited, or rather you'll inherit it from your parents. Okay, so that is a risk. It can increase the risk of you getting postpartum depression. Okay, the other one is physical and emotional stress of delivery and childcare. Who doesn't know that child giving process is hectic? It is draining. It requires physical and emotional effort, and now can turn to being stress. Okay, so and then again, once you give birth, the taking care of the child is still another process, it's still another thing. And this, if you are not used to, and especially new mothers, it will now turn into postpartum depression. Because every other time, assuming now you have a baby who cries all the time, what do you think will happen? You'll now develop stress, and the extreme edge of this stress is postpartum depression. Okay, the other one is added stress at work or at home. Yeah, at home, probably you're not given time to have your own time, or rather to free yourself. At work, no one understands that now you have a kid, so that one, it will now contribute to you developing postpartum depression. The other one is difficulty sleeping. If you're not getting enough sleep, the moment you're not sleep, your mind is working, and when your mind is working, there are so many things that you'll be thinking about, and possibly some of them will add up to giving you stress, and as a result, you develop postpartum depression. The other one is feeling overwhelmed. You're just feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, things are getting too much on you. The other one is feeling unattractive. Yes, now you have given birth to a baby. Probably the belly can be big, the mammary glands or the breast can enlarge, not like the way they used to be. Probably you had a figure 8 or something, now your shape has changed, and this will be now make you start getting stressed. So when you start feeling unattractive, what do you think will happen? You now start isolating yourself, and at the end of the day, you now start developing postpartum depression. The other one is feeling the need to be a perfect parent, but feeling unable to achieve this. I know every parent wants the best of their kids, but unfortunately, if you're not capable of this, if you want to give your kid or your child the best treatment, the best, like foods, meals, clothing, and everything, if you're not in a position to give that, but you are willing, trust me, there are people who are not able to balance that kind of feeling, that you want this but you're not unable. So what do? You just let it. But there are people who are not able to do that. So if you're unable to achieve this, it can trigger to now developing postpartum depression. The other one is having a baby with special needs. Yeah, I know there are parents out there, there are women out there, they have, unfortunately or fortunately, because the child is a blessing from God, you get a baby who is not like is not normal, or rather is not full, like the normal person. Like one of the limb is not there, the head could be big or something. Okay, what I mean is that having a baby with special needs, or the baby can't talk, the baby, it cries a lot, the baby is, the eye has, what I mean is that special need can be a cause of now the mother developing postpartum depression, the stress. This is not what I expected, this is not what I wanted. The other one is having had an unwanted pregnancy. If you are a schoolgirl, if you're not ready to get married, if you're not ready for being pregnant, maybe it was a quickie you were not even expecting, maybe you are having that pregnancy with the wrong person, maybe it was just out of fun, you have doing that out of fun. So this now can trigger to postpartum. That is why I always encourage people that whenever you are engaging into sex, kindly adhere to so many things. You need to think so much before you accept giving in. Okay, the other one is having had complications during delivery. That is very true. Yeah, delivery, as I said, is not a walk in the park. There are issues and there are things that affect on the way. If you had complications during delivery, this can cause postpartum depression later. Okay, the other one is the need of the infant to spend time in the hospital. Yeah, maybe the baby has some issues, has developed some issues, and now you're not going to stay at home, you'll be staying at the hospital. So staying at the hospital, or rather not at home and staying at the hospital, is not what many of us would want. But now you have been engaged that the kid needs to be close to the doctors, treatment, and so the kid must be admitted at the hospital. So this whole thing will tend to make you feel overwhelmed, out of place, stressed, and at the end of the day, you now start developing postpartum depression. The other one is experiencing preterm birth. Yeah, experiencing preterm birth. What do we mean by preterm birth? Yeah, so preterm birth is when you get a baby. When you get a baby, is when a baby is born too early or before that 7 weeks of pregnancy, okay, having been completed. So preterm birth is when a baby is born too early before that 7th week. The preterm birth affected, or rather it affects a lot. Okay, so when you get a baby too early than you expected, trust me, you will be totally affected, and this can end up causing you to have postpartum depression. The other one is having a baby with a low birth weight. That is underweight. It could be another reason of causing postpartum depression. So above are the causes of postpartum depression, and I always encourage my listeners, if you can be able to avoid this, whatever you can be able to avoid, kindly avoid. But whatever you can't, if it happens to come on your way, seek medical attention and seek professional medical attention. There are people, there are therapists out there who will work with you through this period. Otherwise, postpartum depression is serious and it kills. It can make you do deadly things. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I believe you have learned something.